Hi everyone, my name's Amber. I'm a medical student studying to be a doctor at McMaster University. I love stir-fry, I did ballet all my life, and I'm really passionate about teaching teenagers and young adults about sex and healthy relationships. Today, I'm here to share a tool with you to help you establish your own personal boundaries. I know a lot of adults have probably told you what not to do when it comes to having sex, getting in a relationship, drinking alcohol, all of the above. But this isn't really helpful because maybe you know what to run away from, but you don't know what to run towards. That's why I'm here to help. This is why we share. One way to figure out what your personal boundaries are for a situation is to imagine an ideal scenario. Every good story has 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. So, for any situation, be it driving a car for the first time, eating a dozen donuts, drinking alcohol, or having sex, you can figure out what your ideal situation would be using the 5 W's. Before we dive in, I just want to put out a disclaimer. Let's just remember that everyone's going to answer these questions a little bit differently. There's no perfect scenario and there's no single right answer. This is just a tool so that you can start to explore what's important to you and what your values are. Let me start with an example from my own life. The what in this situation will be sexual intercourse. So, who is a good person for me to have sex with? Personally, I'm married, so the only person I'm comfortable having sex with is my husband. When is a good time for me to have sex? Well, I want to make sure that I'm only having sex when I have enough time, I'm not distracted, and I'm not feeling rushed. Where is a good place for me to have sex? I live in a home, just me and my husband, and so as long as it's private and we're home by ourselves, that's a good place for me. Finally, why? What's a good reason for me to have sex? In my own value system, I want to make sure that I am only motivated by intimacy with my husband. I never want to have sex just because I'm feeling selfish or greedy, or because I would feel guilty if I said no. So, these are the circumstances that I feel comfortable having sex. If any of these 5 W's are missing, I am not comfortable and I'm not going to proceed to have sex. So for example, even though I'm married, I have lots of free evenings with my husband, and we live in our private home together. Sometimes the only reason I'm saying yes to sex is because I feel guilty about saying no. This isn't a good reason, and I will not proceed to have sex if that's the case. That's my boundary. The 5 W's can be applied to other aspects of life too. Let's practice with a made-up example with someone named Jamie. Jamie is trying to figure out their boundaries around drinking alcohol. So let's work through the 5 W's together. The what in this situation will be drinking alcohol. Next is who. Who do you think Jamie might be comfortable drinking alcohol with? Maybe you guys thought of something along the lines of, Jamie will only drink with family and friends. Next is when. When do you think is a good time for Jamie to drink alcohol? Here are some things that I thought of. Maybe Jamie will only drink alcohol once they're 19 years old, which is the legal drinking age. Or maybe Jamie will only drink during a time of day where they know they'd be able to reach their parents in an emergency. Next is where. Where do you think Jamie would be comfortable drinking alcohol? Some possibilities for Jamie could be small parties, larger parties, or maybe as long as they're somewhere where they know the way home. Finally, why? What do you think are good reasons for Jamie to drink? What are some bad reasons? Some examples I thought of is that maybe Jamie enjoys the taste of alcohol, or they enjoy the feeling, or because they like having fun with their friends. So, now we know what Jamie's boundaries are around drinking alcohol. let's put them to the test. First, Jamie is at family dinner, and their mom invites them to have a glass of wine with the other adults. Will Jamie drink? Yes, Jamie is with trusted adults and they know that they'll be able to get home safely. Next, Jamie is at a party and they don't know many friends there. The only friends that they do know are already drunk. They also drove themselves to the party and they don't have another ride home. Will Jamie drink? No, Jamie is not with the right who. Their friends are inebriated and there's not many other people that they trust at this party. It's also not the right where because Jamie doesn't have a safe way to get home. Finally, Jamie is really sad at home. It's 1:30 in the morning and they find their parents' alcohol in the cupboard. Will Jamie drink? No, drinking because they're sad is not one of the acceptable reasons why. Great job, everyone. Now, the presenter will be handing out some tables to fill out your own boundaries. The scenarios that we're going to be working through are sexual intercourse and drinking alcohol. And I want to remind you, it's okay if your boundaries are different than mine, or different than Jamie's, or different than the person next to you. Just be honest with yourself and really reflect on your own personal values. Good luck, everyone!